Hello and welcome to this tutorial on moon phases. In this demonstration we have three main components. We have the light source, our sun, which is represented by the lamp. We have the moon, which is represented by the styrofoam ball. And we have Earth, which is represented by the camera. So in this demonstration I'm going to be demonstrating the moon phases and how they are directly related to the position of the moon as it revolves around Earth and its position relative to the sun. So as we view the moon currently right now in its position, you can see that there is no light visible from Earth. So this is what we refer to as a new moon. The lit side of the moon faces away from Earth. Of course, 50% of the moon always being lit up from the sun. But the side that we see is the dark side. The moon does travel in a counterclockwise fashion around Earth. So you can see that as we begin to travel counterclockwise, you can see that the right portion of the moon begins to light up. So here we have what is referred to as a waxing meaning increasing light, crescent meaning less than half lit moon. So this is a waxing crescent. As we continue in the moon's revolution around Earth, here we have a quarter moon. So in this case, half of the moon from Earth appears to be lit up. Half of the moon is always lit, but we call this a quarter moon because it's made 1/4 of a revolution around Earth. So here was our original light source, the sun, and 90 degrees from that is our moon. As we continue the revolution of the moon around Earth, here we have a waxing gibbous. Gibbous is the word meaning more than half lit, as visible from Earth. And as we continue our revolution, we'll kind of have to do a little something different here. Here we have what's referred to as a full moon. And on a full moon, the entire moon is lit up. So we are exactly on the opposite side of Earth from the sun, and we can see that the entire side of the moon that we can see is lit up. The other side of the moon is completely dark because only half of the moon is lit at any given time. So in this case we have a full moon. As we continue to revolve around Earth, we can see that slowly the right side of the moon is becoming dark. So now we have a waning gibbous. And 3/4 of the way through, we have our third quarter moon. And in this case, we have half of the moon visible, lit up from Earth. So the right side is dark, and the left side is light. Continuing in our revolution, more and more of the moon is becoming dark. This is called a waning crescent. Waning, of course, meaning less light, and crescent meaning less than half lit. And finally back to a new moon. So just to speed that up a little bit so you can see the progression of moon phases. Becoming light, this is a waxing phase, all the way up to a full moon. And then a waning phase as it becomes darker, back to a new moon. And just to demonstrate in terms of time, the quarter moon occurs at 7 days. The full moon occurs at 14 days. The 3/4 moon occurs at about 21 or 22 days. And the new moon, back to new moon, the full lunar cycle occurs every 28 to 29.5 days.